Thanks for having me, Kate.
So what are the rights of illegal immigrants? How are those rights different from an American citizen when it comes to the court system?
Well, generally, everybody has the right in this country to due process and to go to court and to make their case and to be heard by the judge. And when the Congress wrote the law, they wrote it, thinking that the president would apply the law in good faith and, to protect the country. But the problem right now is that we have a president who appears to be applying the law in a way that, separates families, and now he wants to gut due process. So there are nooks and crannies, provisions in that law, which could conceivably give the president the opportunity to take away the right to a judge, if you can imagine that, to take away.
That's very interesting, because essentially the president's saying, you come here illegally, you get sent out, you should get sent out immediately.
Right.
And the first thing I thought is this within the president's powers?
Well, there are certain interpretations. I would argue no. I mean, the idea here is that the president is supposed to enforce the law in good faith, with an idea toward national security and border security. And locking up kids and then gutting due process, taking away the right to go to a hearing before a judge, does not serve border security, does not serve any of those interests. This is a country, Kate, where we were founded on fairness and freedom. Americans are all about fairness and freedom. The immigration law is harsh. It's true. And used in the wrong hands, as it is right now by the President of the United States, Donald Trump, it can be used as a battering ram. And I think we have to be mindful that this is an administration that's tried to ban an entire religion. This is an administration that has...
They say that's not what the policy ended up being in the 3.0 version of it. Continue, please.
Okay, well, it also is an administration that has threatened our local communities that want to enforce the law as they see fit for not enforcing immigration law. I have no doubt that this administration, Donald Trump, who's advised by, a white nationalist, Stephen Miller in the White House, that the Secretary of Homeland Security...
I don't know if you want to go as far I mean, let's not... I just did an entire segment about civility here. I don't know if you want to call Stephen Miller a white nationalist.
Well, it's not an uncivil thing. I would argue that it's a fact. But, okay, look... honestly, where I have not seen that, where is the fact on that? Well, look at what the types of policies that we've seen from this administration. Look who's being targeted by this administration. The point is that the law, Kate, should be used fairly. The point is that, Americans love due process. America is all about due process. And when we see a tweet from the president on a Sunday decrying judges, saying that there should be no judges, that people shouldn't have a chance. Immigration law is complicated, Kate, and if somebody comes into the United States, right, they may have been trafficked here. They may have the right to asylum, to stay here. They may be the victim in the United States if somebody's encountered who never entered legally and doesn't have papers. He or she may be the victim of domestic violence or trafficking or some other crime and may have the right to stay here, may have the right to a visa. That's why we have judges. That's why we have, courts. And to say willy-nilly, we're not going to use the courts or we shouldn't have courts, that's throwing out prejudging people who really need due process. And if it starts with immigrants, how far does it go? This is an administration that has talked about denaturalizing American citizens recently.
Well, let's first see if the White House wants to explain what the president is throwing out there, and of course starting with a tweet, and see if they want to walk back his discussion now of due process. David Leopold, thank you for coming in.